Softwood cuttings are a good way to get a lot of your favorite shrubs at once, and bigleaf hydrangeas are a great candidate. Start when the plants are putting out fresh new growth. If the tip of the stem snaps off when you bend it, it's the perfect time to take softwood cuttings. Only cut the best looking leaves and stems. Skip any that show signs of pests or diseases. Once you found the right stem, cut back a few sets of leaves from the tip and cut just above a set of leaves with a sharp pair of pruners. Take several cuttings, but to keep the parent plant from looking too chopped up, take cuttings from different parts of the plant. To keep them fresh, slip your cuttings into a resealable plastic bag with a moist paper towel wrapped around them. Now it's time to trim the cutting down. Start by cutting off the lowest set of leaves. These leaf nodes will go under the soil, and leaving them on would just encourage rot. If your plant has large leaves like this hydrangea does, cutting them in half will help reduce moisture loss and stress as the plant tries to put out roots. Snip out the growing point to help the cutting branch. Doing this also encourages growth hormones to redistribute back down the stem so roots form more easily. Cut longer stems off to just below the leaf nodes. Dip the plant stem in rooting hormone powder or liquid. Then make a hole in pre-moistened potting mix that's 1 part perlite to 1 part peat moss. Poking the hole with a thin stake or pencil protects the cutting from damage as it goes in. Slip the stem into the hole and firm the mix around it. Repeat this process with all of your cuttings. You can use any size pot you want, but for reference, you can fit 3 or 4 cuttings in a 6-inch pot. When you've planted up all of your cuttings, water them in well, place a few bamboo stakes around the outer edge of the pot, and cover it with a plastic bag. Then seal it with a rubber band to keep the humidity up. Temperatures between 65 and 75 degrees and indirect light, like that in a north-facing window, seem to be best. Because of the plastic bag, you shouldn't have to water much, but once or twice a week, open the bag and let it air out for a few minutes while you check for mold. If you see any on a plant, pull it out and throw that cutting away. Keep watching for new growth. As the cuttings grow, it's okay if they start to touch the bag. After a month or so, tip the pot to check for roots. If you can clearly see a mass of roots like this, they're ready to be separated and planted into their own pots. But not all plants are this vigorous. As long as roots are 1 inch or so long, move them up into their own pots. Keep newly planted cuttings in the same place they were growing, but without the cover, for a few more weeks to help them get established. You can usually start hardening off new cuttings outdoors by midsummer. Put them in a sheltered location out of direct sun and wind. By late summer, it's time to plant them in the ground so they have plenty of time to establish before winter.
Hi, I'm Sherry with Garden Gate Magazine. If you enjoyed that video, subscribe to our Garden Gate Magazine YouTube channel. You'll find tips, design ideas, how-to help for gardeners just like you. Be sure to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a video.